Now we're going to do a couple of Bohr Rutherford diagrams. And the first one we're going to do is of oxygen. Now, if I look at oxygen on the periodic table, I'm going to find its location first. And I'm going to see that its atomic number is 8 and its mass number is 16 when rounded. That's very important. But I'm also going to look to see which row it's in, because it's not 1, it's in row 2. Row 2 means it needs 2 orbitals. This is really going to help me plan my diagram. So when I go to do my diagram, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start by drawing my center. So my center is going to be my nucleus. So there's my nucleus, and I know it has 8 protons because it has an atomic number of 8. And then I'm going to say 16 minus 8, which is also 8, and I will have 8 neutrons. So I always do the center first, my nucleus. And then I'm going to do my orbitals. Now I'm going to do my orbitals in a different color. You don't have to, obviously, but I'm just doing that so the contrast is nice. And I need 1, 2 orbitals because oxygen is in the second row of the periodic table. Then I'm going to add my electrons. Now you can add your electrons as dots. And some people like to space them out. Some people like to put them in pairs, whatever makes you happy. As long as you have 2 in your first orbital. And then if I've had 2, remember the number of electrons is the same as the protons. I've done 2 already, that's 6 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to space mine out. 5, 6. So that's 6. You'll notice there's 2 empty spaces, but that's the way it's supposed to be. Now I'm going to look at oxygen. Similar concept. Or not oxygen, sorry, aluminum. Similar concept. I'm going to go and look for aluminum though, and you'll notice aluminum is now in the 3rd row. First, second, 3rd row of our periodic table. So again, for planning purposes, that's really important because I'm going to start by drawing my nucleus. I'm going to give myself lots of space. I've got 13 as my atomic number. So I have 13 protons. And then 27 minus 13, I have 14 neutrons. Now you'll notice as you draw these, the bigger it gets, the more neutrons you need. And that's because remember, protons are all positive charged and they repel each other. They don't want to hang out together. They want to push apart from each other. And it's their attraction to those neutrons that keeps the atom together. Otherwise, it would just fly apart. So as it gets more and more protons in there, it's harder and harder to keep it together. So you need more and more neutrons. So you'll notice that as you go up the periodic table. So we decided on 3 orbits. So I'm going to draw those 3 to start because I know 3rd row, 3 orbits. See, the planning works really well if you know what you're doing. And then I'll put on my electrons. Same number as my protons. So 2 in the first orbit, 1, 2. 8 in the second orbit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because that's what it fits, 7, 8 orbits. So 8 plus 2 gives me 10. And then that means I need 3 more, right? 11, 12, 13 for a total of 13. So that would be my Bohr Rutherford diagram. Now you'll notice mine are not perfect circles. Yours won't be either. We're free drawing. I'll never get upset by that.